Let's get kinky.
In today's episode, I'm gonna have a threesome.
Oh yeah, you did the clap. Yay.
Yeah.
I always forget to do that.
We'll cover that in the STI section. Oh, I love that. It gives you the space to get out, decompress, and it gives him the room to manage landing the plane. Hold on, I'm continuing this from here.
Okay.
I'm not really, bro.
We're such natural bros. It's easy to make like dirty verbal eye contact with you.
I've been traveling all around the East Coast. I'm currently in Maryland, but I'm about to head up to New York City to have a threesome with the one and only Jonah Wheeler. But before I head up to New York to meet with Jonah, I'm gonna call my friend for a third perspective. He's the friend that actually got me into this industry. I wrote a 12-part series for his site Himeros, and he may have helped you navigate your queer identity and the world of gay with his groundbreaking and hilarious videos on YouTube. Let's give my friend Davey Wavey a call, shall we? Hey, Davey.
Hey, Alexxx. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I heard you're having a threesome tomorrow.
I am. I'm so excited about it.
Yeah. Who's the third?
Tugs Bunny.
Great name.
Yeah.
Great name. Yeah.
Before I head up to New York, I really wanted to get a little bit of your thoughts around threesomes and hear a little more about your experience. What do you think is important for people to know if they're going to try their first threesome?
Well, you know, she has a little bit of mileage on her. She's been around the block a few times, and definitely not my first rodeo. And, you know, I think there's something that's very basic that people don't do when they're going into a threesome, which is to just kind of sit down with the parties involved and be like, what are you looking to get out of this? And especially like if you're the third joining a couple, for example, like, are they looking for just like a little fun, like a plaything, a hole to fuck, whatever? Or, you know, are they looking for a more intimate experience with like cuddling and romance? Is one of them looking to be cucked, right? Like these are all exciting and valid, but none of us are mind readers, and you're not going to know these things unless you have like a little heart to heart. And it doesn't need to be like a whole, like it can be a minute, 2 minutes. Hey, like, what are you guys looking to get out of this? What are your expectations? That way you can kind of know as the third, like how to navigate it, which leads me into the second part. There's a certain amount of etiquette involved. So say they're like, yeah, we're just looking to have fun. We're looking to have pleasure. We're looking to whatever. We're looking to get off. Totally legitimate. When you're having a threesome, generally there will be one person in that threesome that you find yourself more attracted to or more connected to, or that you just have better chemistry with.
Yeah.
That's to be human. But I think what's important is for the parties involved not to perceive that preference that you might have. So when we talk about threesome etiquette, it's about spending equal amounts of time with each person, unless otherwise stated, like unless they want, you know, a cuck experience. No one wants to feel like the third wheel. That's going to affect the experience for everyone.
Yeah. It's been several years since I have had a threesome.
No.
And yeah, for real. I think 2 years ago, yeah, I'm pretty sure I have not had a threesome in at least 2 years. They asked me this awkward question beforehand. They wanted to know, which of us two are you more attracted to? And I felt so awkward about answering that. Yeah. And I just was like, oh no, you're both equally attractive to me.
I think that's the right answer. It's like, oh, I'm not going to get into this, like this game. Like, I think you're both sexy and this is fun. And that's what I'm here for. Like,
exactly.
Yeah, I think you did the right thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, and it's funny that you haven't had one in a couple years, but also it actually is a challenge when you're having sex with two people. One-on-one, it's very easy, I think, to check in, to be like a good attuned partner. Each person you add becomes like exponentially more cumbersome.
Yeah.
And to me, it feels a little bit like going to like Cirque du Soleil or something. Like there's just something going on here. There's something going on here. This person's spinning around here, and it's just like, I don't know what to look at. Like there's so much stimulation. Sex between two people is exciting enough for me.
Have you found anything that helps you deal with that kind of ADHD overwhelm?
No. Yeah.
Okay. Just embrace it.
Not having a threesome. Yeah, just having a sex with one person.
Oh, okay.
But I think having the conversations about like what you want to get out of it is good, because then you kind of know how to focus the experience, you know?
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other side of that threesome equation is like if you're with a partner and you're bringing in a third, that third person is going to be new blood. Maybe you've had sex with your partner hundreds and hundreds of times. You know how to navigate that territory. Bringing a third person is very exciting. I would say resist the urge to spend more of your time with that third. As exciting as they are, continue to spend equal amounts of time with your partner so that they feel really affirmed and appreciated. Otherwise, it can kind of create this narrative, even if it's untrue, of, gosh, I guess they're like more attracted to them than me, or they like that person more than me. And that very well may not be the case. It's just that there's novelty involved bringing a third. Just avoid that by continuing to spend time with your partner in that experience. And when you're bringing in a third, to say to your partner, hey, if things go sideways, or if you're uncomfortable, you're my number one, you're my partner. We don't have to do this. We can end it at any time. Here's our code word. And having a threesome with my ex-boyfriend, if either of us said pineapple, then we knew it was off.
That's actually a smart way to be able to communicate and know if it's off for one of you, to be able to check in when that third person's around without making them feel like they've done something wrong. And I mean, maybe they have, but likely they haven't.
No one wants a sexual experience where it's like, let me just power through. Like, no one involved, including the third. Like, no one wants you to just power through and get through it.
That was most of my sexual life until recently.
Yeah. As it turns out, like, you're not obligated to share your body or your pleasure with anyone. So
shocker.
Yeah, as it turns out.
What is one of the funniest or silliest moments you've ever experienced in a threesome?
Well, when I was just thinking about that pineapple word, it was this like ship captain that we hooked up with. And we actually chartered his boat, and he was upset. At one point, he made a comment because my ex-boyfriend had painted his nails. He had made some sort of comment about like how he doesn't like that. There were like 3 instances. There was a sticker that was removed from his cooler, and I asked him about it. I could see like where it was, and he was like, oh, it was a Trump sticker. And there were like all these like escalating moments of like where I was like so close to saying like pineapple of being like, I don't think I can do this.
Yeah.
He's upset about the painted nails. Anyway, we found a way. We did God's work, and
there you go.
And we made it happen. However, the threesome that stands out the most for me was when I was living in Palm Springs, and there was this couple that I was talking to online, or at least I thought I was talking to the couple, but really I was talking to just one of them. And right before he arrived at my house, he texted me and he was like, just so you know, you really owe me because my partner didn't want to do this. Doorbell rings. And I'm like, well, what the fuck? Like, I don't...
Wait, and he was coming to hook up with you and your partner at the time?
He was coming to hook up with me and bring his partner. Like, it was a threesome. So the partner who didn't want to do it, he had to talk into doing it. I had to convince him. And I, like, opened the door, and the other partner's, like, totally checked out. And I'm like, yeah, it's not fun to have sex with someone who's reluctantly, like, involved in the equation. And it was just such a shit show. And I think what I learned from that was I should have in that moment just said, like, this isn't for me. These are things you learn in hindsight, right? And it's sometimes in the moment it's hard to be like to kind of pick that path. You're like, oh, they just drove here, they're here. I thought I just douche.
Right.
But it was
and you're horny. There's expectations. There's that fear of letting people down. Have you ever canceled? Like once they're there in person, been like, this isn't working, we need to,
Many times.
How do you do that for those of us that really struggle to end it and not power through?
Well, first I think about like what that experience of powering through is going to feel like on the other side. How I'm going to feel about myself and how I offered my body in a way that I didn't want to. And I remind myself that no one's entitled to my body. I think I just find a nice enough way to say it, which is like, hey, you're really sexy, or hey, whatever. But, I'm just not feeling this anymore. I'm really sorry. And it's just not going to work out for me. And they say, okay. And I'm sure it doesn't feel great to receive that. But I think in the end, you will feel better having stood in your truth and advocated for yourself than reluctantly having sex with someone, which, by the way, is not going to be good sex for anyone involved. Like, you're not actually giving them a gift in doing that. Yeah.
I think most of us, even if we think, oh, I did such a good job acting and pretending that was fine, I think people pick up on it.
If they're a decent human being, they will appreciate that you've advocated for yourself. And I've been in a situation where someone has advocated, like many situations where someone has advocated for themselves in any number of ways. And I always try to make it a point on the other side of that to like follow up with them and say how much I appreciated them asking for what they needed or saying what wasn't working for them, because I don't want to have sex with someone that's doing something that they don't want to do.
Yeah. All right, last question for you. What do you think would make tomorrow's experience the best, most wonderful threesome it can be?
Well, I think you did the most important part, which is you've picked good people who you want to connect with. And as someone who's worked with Jonah any number of times on projects, he's an absolute rock star and such an attuned lover. You've done the important piece already. And I think just to continue by communicating with them, asking them what they're looking to get out of it, and most importantly, remembering to click that record button.
That is a very important step. And making sure you have enough memory on your phone.
Yeah.
I've run into that issue before.
Yeah.
Someone had to stop 3 or 4 times, I think, for him to delete things on his phone to keep recording.
Hard to stay present in that moment.
Very hard.
Yeah.
Very soft.
Yeah.
All right. Well, any final favorite story, your favorite ever threesome experience?
Yeah. It's like, as I'm reflecting back on it, I realize the threesomes that are most memorable are the ones that go sideways. But isn't that life? Like, you remember the vacations where you miss the flight, the rental car, or whatever. The ones that go smoothly, it's kind of just like water under the bridge. But there's a couple here that I've really enjoyed. It's a younger couple. I enjoy kind of the daddy-son, like the mentor relationship, and they call me their sex dad.
I love that.
Show them the ropes, show them new things, like play sex games with them. Yeah.
Thank you so much for chatting with me about this and sharing your wisdom. We appreciate it.
You're very welcome, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you. I'm excited. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
As if I wasn't already excited for this experience, I am very ready now. Let's get to New York.
Please welcome to the show, Jonah Wheeler.
Hi, friends.
It's so great to have you here today.
Delighted.
I'm excited to have you and more inside of me very soon.
Good morning.
Good
Hello,
morning.
everybody. It's a sunny, beautiful, 10 a.m.?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're waking up.
It's
With our little tea, because coffee will make me poop.
That's really rational, and we know what role you're taking today, I guess.
We do now. In case you were missing it. We are about to have a third over pretty soon. And I want to kind of find out from you, what is your experience so far with threesomes?
I am personally just generally predisposed towards group sex.
Okay.
I'm big.
Why do you think that is?
I'm an exhibitionist, so the more people who see me having sex, the stronger I spark for it.
Love that.
So a threesome means that I'm having sex with somebody and somebody else can see it. So that's always better than 2 people for me. I also generally like feeling physically and mentally overwhelmed during sex.
Interesting. Okay.
So a threesome is giving me more sensorial input than I can keep up with. And that's really exciting for me.
I love that. I think I tend to be the opposite as far as sensory goes. If it's too much sensory, I have a lot of fun with it psychologically, but I will frequently lose my boner. So it's more like a body response. I guess it's like a problem, but I still really enjoy it. And I love having the overwhelming sensations for my brain because it gets me present, which is really difficult to do with ADHD.
Does that mean that you, in a multi-person scenario, gravitate towards a bottom roll? Or do you avoid multi-person scenarios?
I haven't done too many threesomes overall throughout my life. I've definitely had, I've had a handful of them, but usually I gravitate towards a role where I'm looking out for everyone. So I'm making sure okay, is his needs getting met or is his needs getting met? I like to step back and watch for a moment and see where I can fit in and then go back into having sex with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like group sex for that quality because you were trying to balance like the activities, the involvement, the flow of other people at the same time.
Yeah, it's kind of a nice mental game, which I feel like sex is a big mental game, honestly.
Yeah.
I think the biggest question that we got when we asked people on Instagram was, what do you do to make sure that no one feels like a third wheel that's not wanted or not cared about? How do we make sure everyone's included?
Ooh, I think that's about splitting your focus and like making active moves for inclusion. If I start sucking one person's dick, I'll give that 30 seconds to a minute before I try to like get the other guy's dick in my mouth or bring him down on his knees to get him to join me in this action.
Yeah.
Like when I'm doing something, I'll give that person, about a minute of direct attention and then try and find a way to include the other person into it.
Got you.
Sex is interpersonal, and you're gonna have plenty of moments in a threesome that are about you and only one of the other people.
Right.
It's about remembering to open that back up and actively invite the third person in to join whatever you're doing.
Yeah. I think that also ties into attraction sometimes. And when most of my experience is being that third brought in by a couple. I remember my first threesome, I was very nervous because I didn't know what to do because one of the guys I was like very, very attracted to and really just wanted to have sex with him. And his husband was there who, honestly, very attractive, but was not the one that I was like drooling over. I was a bit nervous and concerned about how would it come across. Would they be able to read that body language? Would they know that I was obviously attracted to one more than the other? And then if they did notice, what would they think about it? How have you felt about that? Have you ever been in that situation?
Yeah, I'm a sexual omnivore. I'm kind of into everybody, but I do feel that divide of like either I am more into one of you than the other, or I can tell that one of you is more into me than the other.
Yeah.
I experience that a lot, where I can really tell that one person in a couple is driving the desire for this threesome. I think when you get into a threesome situation, you are making an agreement among all three of you to level your playing field.
Yeah.
I think you are agreeing to go, cool, we have a bunch of automatic magnetism going on here. We are all going to split our focus equally.
Yeah.
Unless we are intentionally going into a situation like a cuckolding kind of dynamic.
This kind of makes me think about DEI and how DEI is intended as a way to know that our biases are automatically going to naturally create inequality. So let's be intentional about trying to give different people equal and fair attention. And I just think it's funny how much that freaks some people out and how angry it makes them.
I mean, relatedly, I felt while I was saying this about like level the playing field and approach your partners equally in this agreement of this specific scenario. I can definitely see someone responding to that with a, no, I'm not going to be to act more attracted to someone I'm less attracted to. And I think that's selfish of spirit, honestly.
Yeah, I also think it's not necessarily about acting or pretending you're more attracted to someone than you are. It's about inclusion and knowing like, it's okay if that person isn't the one that revs your engine with like no effort at all. But they still deserve to be included in the act. They still deserve pleasure and
And you know what? You're not going to die if you put your dick in the mouth of someone who is a 7 for you when there's a 9 in the room. You're going to be fine. You're going to be fine.
It won't fall off.
I was talking to you about this last night among like group filming scenarios. I'm an omnivore. I'm into everybody. There are people who cannot have sex in front of someone who is not their ideal person. I see it in porn people well, then I'm going to make a room that's just my ideal person 8 times. But in the real world, normally you don't have control over that. And maybe threesomes and group sex are hard for that person.
Yeah, it might not be for them.
Yeah.
I don't think it's really kind or fair to go into a threesome and not expect that you are going to intentionally give as equal as possible attention to both people. It doesn't mean the same exact attention to both people.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to top today, I'm going to bottom today, right? That's going to be, our third is going to be giving different types of attention to us. But it doesn't mean that it's okay for him to just focus on one of us and not bother paying attention to the other.
There's threesomes where 2 people are in a relationship and there's a third person, and there's threesomes where just like 3 people got together.
That one's the worst for me.
Really?
The experience that I had that's coming to mind right away, because it was like 3 grinder randos and none of us knew anything about each other, and it just became a disaster. Communication was not the strong suit of at least one of them.
I mean, Grindr's tricky because you don't get any like real FaceTime with the person before you get started.
Yeah.
Contrastingly, I think of either threesomes while cruising, where everybody's on totally unformed knowledge of each other, or threesomes where like, oh, we all met at like a club or a bar, and like we group flirted over time, and then all brought that home together.
Yeah.
And those, you know,
that I can see working a lot better.
Yeah, there's either better communication in one of those scenarios, or there's an understanding that there has been no communication.
Right. Yeah.
When you're joining in with an established couple as the third, there is a certain amount of emotional work and management you end up having to do as the third person. Whether that's fair or not, I don't know if I can really approach in this discussion, but you do have not a responsibility, but you have the role that is helping balance the other 2 people with a relationship you don't know that much about.
It can be exhausting, but really fun. I kind of like that.
I like that. Yeah.
What about the other way around? What's your experience been like being one of the couple or somebody that has a very established relationship with one of the people and the third is brand new?
I have done less of that. Though what I have experienced is that usually somebody takes the lead. One of you may have a stronger sense of how to navigate this scenario, and that person sort of takes guide on how this interaction might go. I know my partner, and I know this. I am taking some guesses about this third person. I'm going to figure out maybe what our intensity level is. Like, this is about us both drilling the third person.
Sure. Yeah.
This is about us both making a lot of like verbal eye contact and affirming things. This is going to be about us, me and the third, servicing the partner. Somebody ends up setting the tone a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's important to have that discussion to make sure everyone's on the same page. When couples just invite in a third and go, all right, we have this plan that maybe we talked about, we're not going to tell you anything, that can be very frustrating for that third, or like, I don't know, create disaster within the hookup. Communication makes such a big difference. I have had threesomes with a partner before. To me, the biggest things were making sure we had a plan if things went sideways with this person to get them out of the house. How are we gonna do that? And he was the one that ended up choosing the person, so I knew he was gonna have no problem with connecting with the third. But I was confused about, how do I fit into this scene? What am I bringing to the table? And so we had quite a detailed conversation ahead of time about what we thought the night could look like, while also leaving room for it to evolve. When that third got there, we also kind of clued him in. Here's what we're thinking. How do you feel about that?
I like this. Good, clear communication, setting expectations beforehand. Yeah.
No surprises.
On the like knowing how to get a person out if you're not feeling it.
Yeah.
What are the ways that a threesome might go wrong? Like there's the easiest one is just like, oh, we've kind of all gotten together and gone at this for, 10 minutes and realized we don't actually gel properly.
Yeah.
And that's, like all hookups, it's very okay to go, hey, cool, I'm not feeling this that much and we're going to wrap this down. That's all right.
Yeah. I've been told by several interracial couples that they all experience this thing where typically the white person in the relationship gets unequal attention from that third, and whoever is a minority gets kind of pushed out of the third. And so they have to be very intentional as a couple about talking about ahead of time, what are we going to do if that starts happening? How do we make sure that this is not a re-traumatizing experience?
Yeah, I'm curious to know more about how somebody balances that scenario, but I feel I should probably ask somebody who's actually in that relationship.
Yeah, we did a scene with Hemeros called Harry Enough, and it was all about this topic. And so we had an interracial couple bringing in a third. They came up with kind of a safe word for how they were going to wrap things up if it felt like that other person was not giving them the right attention, and if it felt like the minority in the couple was feeling kind of triggered and bothered by how things were going. And then they also agreed that the priority was them as a couple. This third was, a nice person that they would treat well, but when all is said and done, their relationship with each other was the most important thing. And so if they needed to dismiss that person and then finish just the two of them, or just have some time cuddling, or whatever they needed in order to reconnect and feel grounded as a couple, that was going to be their priority. Yeah, really impactful scene. I cried while we were filming. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of weird scenarios I've been in threesome land. And I've been in plenty, and I'm just not sure I have I can't crystallize it into a piece of general advice. I think it's a lot of the same stuff as when I run into weirdness in like a one-on-one scenario. I do like threesome scenarios a lot, though. You're able to play out pieces of fantasy that you can't do as two people. I think when you're in the threesome setting, it's like time to lean in on that. One of the obvious ones is like double stuff at the bottom is Eiffel Tower, dick in the mouth, dick in the butt.
Yes.
But it's also one person lays back and gets serviced by two people at once. One person is getting fucked by someone and making eye contact with the third person.
Yes. I love that.
Yeah. Find the situations that you can only do as three people and go for them. This is your opportunity. You have fewer opportunities to play out this option. Yeah. Go for it.
I had a really fun experience at a sex party where I was in a sling and this guy was fucking me, and my friend, we've had sex many times together. He's a fuck buddy and like a bestie. It's great. He was standing there watching and talking to me, and he's like, how are you liking it? Isn't his dick great? Oh my God. He had just gotten fucked by this guy too. And I was like, what is happening right now? I feel so validated and like seen, and just...
My friend is being chill with me and also getting off on the dick that I have. And
right. Yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
we just hit a new level of friendship for sure. It was awesome.
Okay, I'm getting a little hard about that.
Yes. Yes.
Hold on, I'm continuing this from here.
Okay.
Stupid thing about this, but I always talk about like content making to be kind of an improv scene.
Yeah.
Which feels super hokey, but the thing I mean about that is like something happens in the sex. You put an arm somewhere, you put a hand somewhere, you're gonna yes and that. You're gonna go, oh cool, there's an arm here. I'm gonna respond by putting my hand on top of it.
Right.
I'm gonna respond by leaning into it. I'm gonna respond by pushing my body down underneath the weight of it. When somebody does something, you respond back and incorporate that in.
Yeah.
I think a threesome is very like that. I put an arm here and you grabbed and you leaned into it.
Yeah. So you're like, I like this.
Yeah, a threesome is a lot of seeing what somebody else did and going, oh, cool, yeah, that's now part of it. How can I add to that?
Definitely.
I'm sorry to be collaborative creator about this, but it is a collaboratively creative act. See what somebody else does and figure out how you can incorporate it, how you can play with that.
Yes.
That's how you get horny, wacky things that you can only do as three people.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, you feel my cold feet.
Yeah. It's hot.
I have terrible circulation, so they're like freezing all the time. It's great.
That's fine. It's summer. Cold feet is actually really nice right now.
Yay. Thank you for that validation, because you know what? Subconsciously, that is exactly what I was fishing for. Like, oh, is this a turnoff? Is this a problem? And you're like, this is great.
Your feet are hot and they are a pleasant temperature.
Excellent.
On interpersonal...
Yeah. Go ahead.
I have one thing to say about interpersonal dynamics in relation to the fact that we're going to film a thing around this topic shortly, is that I like that we're doing this scene coming up with somebody that we both know, but who has not been part of this discussion.
Yes.
So like, we have stuff that we've talked about today that'll be freshly on our minds, and Tugs is going to be just interacting with, cool, how do I fit in the dynamic?
Yeah, exactly.
There will be some amount of uneven footing, which I think is really appropriate for us to play with after us having this discussion.
Yeah, it's natural and what is normal for people to experience in a threesome. Yeah. I think this is more of a common experience than what you're talking about with like three strangers meeting in a bar, all having the hots for each other and then making it happen. But that is a really good scenario when that does happen.
It happens a lot if you're slutty enough.
Yeah, there you go. One thing to circle back on that we didn't give any solid examples of is safe words.
And the closest thing I can think of is like signals with my partner of get me out of this conversation at a party, but I haven't used it in a threesome context.
Okay.
I get though.
We use something, I don't remember exactly what it was, but it's something either we brought up a random fruit like a cantaloupe. I don't fucking know if that was what it was. It was something like that. Or we maybe changed the wording. I gotta pee versus I got to go to the bathroom.
I have got to urinate. Excuse me.
Yeah. You can come up with like alternate specific phrasing of going to the bathroom or something else that normally happens. In my case, it was a situation where I wasn't great at communicating in sex yet. And so my partner had agreed if we needed to get rid of the third, that he was going to be the one to do it, and the pressure was off for me. So that was kind of a nice way of me dismissing myself to another room, and he could know, all right, it's time for me to take the next few minutes to lean us towards.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
It gives you the space to get out and decompress and not have to keep dealing with it.
Yes.
And it gives him the room to manage landing the plane.
Exactly.
Oh, hey, like, partner stepped out a bit for a minute. I'm gonna go check in on them. You know, maybe we wrap this up. Maybe pick this up another time without really actually needing to. A polite way of calling it down that you don't have to be a part of and doesn't have to happen suddenly and abruptly.
Right.
Which you can do should you need to end something suddenly and abruptly. That is allowed.
Definitely. One of the other struggles that I had, or fears, I guess, that I had was around STIs and what happens if we start bringing other people into the relationship, whether that's through threesomes or through hooking up on the side. And I just wanted to make sure that my partner was respecting my body and vice versa. So I wanted to take a moment. Can you hand these to me? We have some really awesome partners at STD Hero, and they have a couple different testing kits. These are things that you can mail in, so you never have to go into the office, which is really, really nice. You do all of your testing at home, so it's private. I know it can feel kind of uncomfortable, but I remember the first time that I turned up positive for an STI. I had gone in because my friend was like, you need to get tested. And I was like, no, I don't want to. And I finally turned out that I had not one, not two, but 3 STIs that I had collected.
Not fun.
No. And the receptionist lady calls me up to tell me, hi, you have an STI. And I was like, whoa, what? And I almost went into a panic attack because I was so afraid. I had never had one before. I didn't have much education on them. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where I went from there. I didn't know how long I had to not have sex for. What do I take? Panic. And she was so rude and so dismissive to me on the phone. I'm asking all these questions, and I will never forget the moment she goes, well, you must have known you had something. Why would you have gotten tested? And I was like, I was just trying to be responsible. So talk about like a horrible shaming experience. STIs are a very normal part of being a sexually active adult. It's totally okay. What's not okay is lying about it if you know you have one, or not being a responsible adult and getting tested. But having one, totally normal. You just get treated for it and it's no big deal. And I really like these guys because they are professionals in this. They're not gonna shame you like that. They're gonna be able to give you results with a lot of compassion and kindness and honesty and help you understand what to do next in case you're in a first time scenario like I was.
I like that there's I get tested constantly because I am a sex worker and etc. But I do my swab testing, which is like gonorrhea, chlamydia, very frequently, and then a little more spaced out, I do the blood testing, which is syphilis and HIV. And they make both versions. So whichever one you need, I guess you have both of them.
Yeah.
I'm loving this because I live in a big city. I have really easy access to a queer health center with an express STI clinic.
Yeah.
But I talk to people a lot who are not in that scenario. And so this would be a really easy way of being able to access sexual health services on demand without having to go to either an understaffed center or somewhere that is really far from you.
Yeah. And have people that are educated on it rather than just going to like a doctor that might not really know how to present the news to you or know what to do next.
God, I went to get tested at a county health center in Collier County, Florida, which is like the southwesternmost county that people like live in.
Okay.
And the very nice lady there was so unprepared for how slutty my gay sex life is. She just had those required questions of like, hey, how many people have you slept with in the last 3 months? And I'm like, I don't know, 60, 80?
She's like,
what?
She probably went home and told her family.
I'm not familiar with the like medical records laws. I don't know how much allowed she is to do that, but who cares? I'm proud of the fact that I slept with 60 people in those 3 months.
Absolutely.
Not for 60 people in 3 months, but like you have to sleep with like 2 people. You don't have to, but you're probably going to sleep with 2 people in like a couple of minutes.
Yes.
We should like take a little breather and, then I should open the door and let our friend inside.
I think that sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Good job here.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. We'll see you all in a few minutes.
Check out STD Hero for at-home private testing and kind, compassionate results. Head to stdhero.com or use the link in the description.
Great, what are we doing?
We're just talking about how that was. What were we like?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I liked that a lot.
I liked a lot.
I felt
Your
good
baby
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure you could tell by how much I came.
Yeah.
What was fun is
You
that
just
we're
said it was all right.
It's fine.
It'll do.
I come more when it's bad. Is what I tell people.
Let's see. There was just a little drop, so you liked it.
Yeah, we haven't really seen it.
Yeah, right.
No, I pushed it real deep. That's my bad. Super sorry about that.
Oh, I think
Yeah, there it is.
There it is. There's your cum.
Chunky. That was excellent. I think it was
It was
excellent,
so
like we
wonderful.
said, because everybody is fun and and professional.
My favorite parts were the moments where one of you and I were just like locked eyes and some kind of joke happened and we just started like giggling together. That was wonderful. Yeah.
The stakes are really low.
Yeah.
Everything is taken seriously, and nothing has to happen in any particular way.
Yeah.
I'm so into this, and something interesting happened. We're going with it.
Yeah. I have had people suck on my toes. Love it. Have had people obviously taught me. Love it. But to have both of that at the same time, that was a first.
You know what?
That was wonderful.
It looked delicious. So.
It felt delicious.
Girls gotta eat. I don't know.
I gotta get some leg word tattoos, boys.
Right.
I know.
Yeah.
Yours is right side up, mine's upside down. So
Because you want to see it.
that's true.
I want
Or I
everybody
want
else
it
know
to be
I'm
a
a
handstand.
That's all.
Gotta figure out all the positions that you can be in where they both read the correct direction.
Yikes! You're okay. Great. I'll be this way. I'll have to face you
Yes.
for them to read the same way.
Quick, do everything over again.
Here.
Back to the sex.
I'm this
And
way.
back to one.
And you're on your knees.
Yeah, we
That
can read them
works.
both. Yeah,
Then it would be
yeah.
Fancy Boy Desperation Breakthrough.
Drag me. Okay. Wow.
Fancy Desperate Boy.
Fancy desperation boy breaks through.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Fancy boy. So you've just gotten fucked by 2 people.
Yeah.
What do you need? Do you need water? Do you need a shower? Do you need AC? Do you need to lie down? Do you need words of affirmation? Do you need to be ignored?
Ooh, all of those sound wonderful.
Do you need to be ignored?
At the end.
I don't know. Sometimes you're like, I just want for something like
Yeah.
physically arduous. I need to like be in a quiet by myself for a minute.
Yeah.
No, okay, my favorite things on that list were words of affirmation.
You're beautiful.
You're welcome. And would you like to give me any? No.
Yeah, your eyeliner stayed great through this whole thing.
You're wearing eyeliner?
I don't have naturally sparkly eyes.
They're blue.
But not my eyelashes,
Well,
or
you're right.
my eyelids, rather.
You're right. Whereas I have naturally sparkly eyelids.
Yeah, that's why you were confused.
You're right. It's my fault. Privilege really is.
Getting your makeup through a scene is a champion skill in any application.
I could have done full, huge, bold eyeshadow and it would have stayed put. It's all about the primer.
Full yeesh.
Yeah.
And that I appreciate about you.
Thank you. I appreciated that I felt like I got to relax and just have sex with you guys and not be
concerned about like, oh, what if I didn't douche well enough? I mean, those thoughts came through my mind, but they exited just as fast as they entered, which is a testament to how much trust I have with you guys. So thank you. That means a lot to me. Mm-hmm. And I really like just getting to be here and having a whole like conversation beforehand, setting it up for success was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked beforehand about how to balance a threesome is the like, you're gonna find moments where two of you are interacting, and you do that for a while, and then you find a way to draw the third person in and then shift the attention onto that third person, and then you do that very naturally. You're also really easy to like bro out opposite in the scene.
I'm not really bro.
We're such natural bros.
I'm just like really bro.
Maybe it's more appropriate to say pig out, but like, it's easy to make like dirty verbal eye contact with you.
100%.
Yeah.
You're one of the few people that I'm like,
not do dirty eye contact? Is that possible for you? Clean eye contact?
no. If I'm in a scene with someone and they don't make eye contact with me, I make eye contact with the camera because my fans are going to want to see me if the bottom is uninterested.
You were a horny looking human.
My goal was for you to look at me and think, he'd spit in my mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You did. Thank you.
Also, I've never liked anyone doing that, but it was very hot.
Well, I do what I can.
Yeah, you did that in the moment. I was like, oh yeah, I didn't say not to do that. But I kind of liked it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you didn't say it.
Like I said at the beginning, just let me do what I want to do.
Yeah.
It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine.
It's great.
Dad won't steer you wrong.
No. Any final words, you guys?
No. Thanks for being awesome and slutty.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Great hole, great face.
Thank you.
Personality's trash.
Great.
Yeah.
Oh, I know you love me. You guys are awesome. And your dicks are incredible. Yeah.
I practice.
And you know what? Great personalities. I'll say it.
There, I said it.
Thank you for not letting me fall on the floor.
You're welcome.
That was engineering. Is what
like
that
that
was.
moment?
Yeah.
That was fun.
I was like, okay, good for you. It's a little bit like the cowboy threesome where it was holding your head up because your head was hanging off.
Yes.
And I was like, his poor neck. Let me hold his head. Friends.
I forgot about that movie. I can't wait to watch that back.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all.
All right.
Good game.
We'll see you all on the next episode.
Bye.
Later.
If you enjoyed today's episode like I did, don't gatekeep, share it with a friend, and leave a rating to support our mission of ending sex shame. You can find the full explicit demo on my Hey Alexxx Gay site. Then show today's guests some love with a follow. Their link is down in the description. And if you're curious about today's sponsored product, you can find all that info in the description as well. Thanks for coming. Stay curious, sexy.